From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang in review. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday signed 3 legislative measures into law: Republic Act or RA number 12078, or the amendments to the Agricultural Tarification Act; RA number 12079, or the Value Added Tax or VAT refund for non-resident tourists; and RA number 12080, or the Basic Mental Health and Well-Being Promotion Act during a ceremony at Malacañang Palace. RA number 12078 is a crucial response to the country's rice supply shortage. This law amends the Agricultural Tarification Act to extend the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund or RCEF for 6 years with an increased budget of 30 billion pesos. It aims to strengthen the Philippine rice industry through enhanced regulatory functions, price stabilization powers for the Department of Agriculture or DA and the President, and support for initiatives such as seed development, modern farming equipment, low interest credit, farmer training, composting facilities, pest management, solar irrigation systems, and soil health improvement. Meanwhile, RA number 12079 enhances the Philippines' appeal as a premier tourism destination by allowing tourists to claim refunds on purchases exceeding 3,000 pesos made at accredited stores, provided the items are taken out of the country within 60 days. This VAT refund scheme is projected to increase tourism spending by 29.8%, significantly benefiting micro, small, and medium enterprises or MSMEs. Additionally, this initiative aligns with the Department of Tourism or DOT's National Tourism Development Plan or NTDP 2023 to 2028, which includes infrastructure improvements and digital innovations to enhance visitor experience. The law also mandates that the Department of Finance or DOF, in consultation with other agencies, draft implementing regulations within 90 days. RA number 12080, meanwhile, aims to enhance mental health initiatives in schools and create new school counselor positions. This law mandates comprehensive mental health programs in all public and private basic education institutions to promote awareness and prevent suicide. It includes the creation of care centers in schools for mental health services and a mental health and well-being office in each school division to oversee implementation. The Department of Budget and Management or DBM is tasked with collaborating with the Department of Education or DepEd to create new school counselor roles. Likewise, the DBM will work with DepEd and the Civil Service Commission or CSC to establish new positions for school counselors. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
Today we are here to talk about 3 measures that have the power to reshape our economy, improve the welfare of our farmers, and ensure the mental and physical health of our young Filipinos. The Act amending the Agricultural Tarification Act and the Value Added Tax Refund for Non-Resident Tourist Act are designed to unlock the full potential of our agriculture and tourism sectors while the Basic Educational Mental Health and Well-Being Promotion Act prioritizes the mental health and well-being of our learners, the future drivers of our country's growth. Before anything else, I would like to express once again my gratitude to those behind the timely passage of these three important laws on our legislators. On the amendment of the Agricultural Tarification Act, agriculture has long been the backbone of our economy, nourishing millions of Filipinos and providing livelihoods to countless communities. While it has faced challenges, such as the need for modernization and improved infrastructure, these obstacles also present valuable opportunities to innovate, to grow, and to build a more resilient future for our families and for the country. In 2019, we introduced the Rice Tarification Law, removing import restrictions on rice and replacing them with a tariff system. This aimed to make our local farmers more competitive and sustainable through, amongst others, the creation of the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund, or what we refer to now as RCEF. Through the RCEF, we have been able to invest in high-quality seeds, mechanization, and training of our farmers, ensuring that they are equipped with the right skills and tools to increase productivity. With the expiration of the original 6-year plan for RCEF fast approaching, it became clear that we needed to extend and strengthen the program. And this is where this law comes in, extending the program to 2031 and significantly increasing its funding from the original 10 billion pesos to 30 billion pesos annually. This will enable us to do much more for our farmers, ensuring that they have the resources that they need to succeed and to make the rice industry even more competitive. As part of this law, the seed program and mechanization program will receive enhanced support to provide more farmers with access to high-quality seeds, which will boost their yields. The law also places significant emphasis on reducing post-harvest losses. By preventing up to 375,000 tons of milled rice from being wasted annually, we can help feed an additional 3.4 million Filipinos each year for the next 6 years, improving food security, making rice more accessible to everyone. Furthermore, this law also empowers the DA to maintain stricter oversight of the rice industry. This ensures that the rice reaching our markets have complied with quality standards and regulations. The Bureau of Plant Industry will also be able to inspect rice warehouses and manage a national database to track grain storage, safeguarding our food supply and ensuring its safety for the public. In cases of sudden rice shortages or price hikes, the DA will now be empowered to take the necessary actions to stabilize the market. This will help ensure that the price of rice remains affordable and accessible to every Filipino. Above all, this law empowers our farmers to thrive and to help our country secure a stable food supply. By increasing investments in agriculture, providing more resources, and creating a more competitive rice industry, we are laying the groundwork for a stronger, more self-sufficient Philippines. Now, as we move from the fields to the bustling streets and markets, let us turn our attention to another key driver of our economy, tourism. It is no secret that shopping has become an essential part of the travel experience, and we are poised to capitalize on that momentum. In 2023, the Philippine tourism sector played an instrumental role in our nation's economic recovery, contributing an impressive 8.6% to the GDP. Within this significant share, shopping emerged as the second largest expenditure for inbound tourists. With this in mind, we are introducing the VAT refund program for non-resident tourists, designed not only to stimulate more spending, but to promote the Philippines as a premier global shopping destination. Under this program, tourists can claim a refund on the VAT for goods personally purchased at accredited retail outlets, provided these goods are taken out of the country within 60 days and meet a minimum transaction requirement of 3,000 pesos. This initiative opens a new chapter in our tourism landscape, allowing the country to compete with other tourism markets that attract tourists who are eager to take home authentic, high-quality Filipino products. Former UNWTO Secretary General Taleb Rifai once said, "Shopping has converted into a determinant factor affecting a destination choice, an important component of the overall travel experience, and in some cases, the prime travel motivation." These words resonate deeply with our goals. The Philippines has long been a home for unique, handcrafted items, and this VAT refund program will help put a spotlight to our rich local offerings. Our signature products such as Marikina shoes, the intricate hand-woven textiles from the northern provinces, the timeless craftsmanship of Filipino barong all stand to benefit from this measure. These products tell our stories, and now, with the VAT refund, they will be able to be more accessible to global consumers, elevating, once again, our stature in the global market. The economic impact of this measure is projected to be substantial, estimating an almost 30% increase in tourist spending. This surge will benefit both larger-scale industries and micro, small, and medium enterprises, an important pillar of our local economy. Tourists who have a positive shopping experience are more likely to return with their friends and their families, supporting our goal to become a premier shopping destination in Southeast Asia. As we move forward, I urge the Department of Finance and the Bureau of Internal Revenue to craft implementing rules and regulations that will make this VAT refund process simple, accessible, and culturally inclusive. Just as we invest in infrastructure, tourism, local businesses, we must also invest in the well-being of those who shape our future, the learners, and the teaching and non-teaching personnel who mold them. The Basic Education, Mental Health, and Well-being Promotion Act addresses the often overlooked but vital aspect of mental health in schools. It ensures that our learners and school personnel are emotionally and mentally equipped to excel, even in the face of these modern challenges. The need for this legislation is urgent and undeniable. Globally, mental health concerns are escalating. In the Philippines, the statistics are alarming. 17% of our young people have contemplated taking their lives, yet less than 1% sought professional help. This law aims to bridge that gap by embedding mental health services directly into our schools, our nation's first line of defense against mental health issues. Through this act, schools will become sanctuaries of learning and of well-being. Care centers staffed by trained professionals will provide counseling and stress management workshops and implement programs to reduce stigma around mental health. Teaching and non-teaching personnel will have access to resources that empower them to support students while safeguarding their own well-being. When our learners and school personnel are mentally healthy, academic performance improves, absenteeism decreases, and a culture of compassion and understanding flourishes. Beyond being a safeguard to our youth and school personnel, this law is also an investment in the intellectual, emotional, and social future and development of our nation. Let us not underestimate the economic and social costs of neglecting mental health. Globally, mental health challenges could cost 16 trillion in losses by 2030. Locally, the toll is evident in decreased academic outcomes, burnout, and turnover rates among students and school personnel. This act will help in reducing such losses, making our students more productive and ready to contribute to nation building. Today, we renew our promise to every Filipino that they will not only succeed academically, but thrive holistically. Together, we envision a Philippines where mental health is prioritized alongside education, fostering a generation equipped to lead with resilience, compassion, and with purpose. I call on each of you to support and drive these initiatives forward. Let us safeguard and empower our farmers, uplift our tourism industry, and provide mental health support. Together, let us create a future where every Filipino has the opportunity to succeed, to live a balanced life, to contribute to the collective prosperity of the nation. To this end, these three laws are not just policies, they are commitments. Commitments to the Filipino farmer, commitment to the Filipino worker, the Filipino entrepreneur, Filipino learner, and to every single citizen who dreams of a brighter, more resilient, and more progressive bagong Pilipinas.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday expressed confidence that the opening of the North Luzon Expressway or NLEX Kandaba Third Viaduct would propel economic progress in Central Luzon through enhanced connectivity, business opportunities, and tourism activities. During the inauguration of the viaduct in Pulilan, Bulacan Province, the President said the third viaduct enhances the capacity of NLEX, reduces congestion, and ensures faster and more efficient travel. President Marcos said the viaduct has evolved to meet the needs of a growing population and economy, as it can now accommodate over 80,000 motorists daily following its expansion to 3 lanes from a 2-lane design. The chief executive said it would also provide convenience and security to travelers traversing the NLEX route, stressing that the newly inaugurated viaduct was built to withstand the challenges of nature and the demands of our time. The Kandaba Viaduct, which remains a vital link between North Luzon and Metro Manila, was one of the landmark projects initiated by the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. Since its opening in 1977, the 5-kilometer bridge has been a critical link connecting the towns of Pulilan, Bulacan Province, and Apalit in Pampanga Province. The NLEX Kandaba Third Viaduct is a 5-kilometer long infrastructure built between the 2 existing bridges. It is an essential addition to the NLEX network, which serves as the main gateway and vital link between Metro Manila, Central, and Northern Luzon. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
Today, we come together to celebrate the realization of our collective vision for resilience and for progress. The North Luzon Expressway Third Viaduct is a fulfillment of a promise of safer, faster, more reliable travel for every Filipino. Since its opening, and I didn't realize it was quite so long ago, since its opening in 1977, this 5-kilometer bridge has been a critical link, connecting the towns of Pulilan and Apalit in Bulacan and Apalit in Pampanga. It was one of the landmark projects initiated by my father, then President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Years later, it remains a vital link between the North and Metro Manila, leaving a lasting impact for generations to come. For nearly 5 decades, this bridge has carried the aspirations of countless Filipinos, workers, farmers, entrepreneurs, businessmen, families, and bringing them together closer to their destinations and to their loved ones and to their work. This viaduct has likewise evolved to meet the needs of a growing population and economy. From a 2-lane design, it expanded to 3 lanes in each direction by 2017, now accommodating over 80,000 motorists every day. In 2023, construction on the third viaduct was begun, a project born of our collective resolve to further strengthen this vital artery of progress. So as we mark its completion, We show what can be achieved when we work together as one, fueled by our commitment to enriching connectivity, opportunity, and a brighter future that we continue to create together. The third viaduct enhances the capacity of this expressway, reduces congestion, ensures faster, more efficient travel. Standing as a testament to this administration's commitment to the Build Better More program, this also shows that we are building the foundation to nurture the development of our countryside. By improving the movement of goods, services, and of people, we steer economic growth, expand opportunities for trade and tourism, and drive regional development. Designed with the latest in engineering innovation, this structure attests to our dedication to safety, durability, and progress. And furthermore, I take note of the fact that the scheduled program was scheduled to be completed in 24 months. But with the use of the latest technologies, we were able to cut it to 20 months. Congratulations to Metro Pacific for the good work. Built to withstand the challenges of nature, the demands of our time. It is poised to serve our people for decades, offering them not only convenience, but also security as they traverse this route. The timing of this milestone could not be more opportune. As we enter the holiday season, a period marked by heightened activity and an influx of holiday travelers, this bridge becomes even more crucial. Let me assure, though, everyone that the Department of Transportation and the Toll Regulatory Board are implementing measures to ease congestion and to ensure smoother travel across this corridor. With all this in mind, I call on all concerns, especially the Toll Regulatory Board and the NLEX Corporation, to remain vigilant. Let us prioritize with swift responses, mechanisms, and deploy well-coordinated traffic management strategies to address the ever-changing conditions and the increasing demands on our toll roads. And of course, let us not forget to honor the collective effort that made this achievement possible. To the private sector partners, particularly NLEX Corporation and the Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation, your work mirrors the kind of nation that we aspire to be: consistent, synergistic, forward-looking. Its early completion only underscores what can be achieved through grit, collaboration, and determination, and an open mind to accept new technologies and new ways of doing things. Let us build infrastructure projects with future challenges in mind. Remain focused on pursuing initiatives that uplift lives, build communities, and most importantly, meet the needs of the future that we hope to build for our children and their children. Every bridge we build and every road we pave should remind us of our collective responsibility to bring meaningful change to our people. Together, let us create a bagong Pilipinas, one where progress is felt in every corner of the country, where development is inclusive, and where opportunities are within reach for every Filipino.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday assured families affected by the eruption of Mount Canlaon that the government has enough resources to provide them support. In a media interview, the president said the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, have already coordinated with him and assured that the agency has enough funds for any government interventions following the calamity. The chief executive added that the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, and Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, is continuously monitoring air quality to determine if there's a need to broaden evacuation efforts. President Marcos said the DENR and DOST is particularly focusing on the dangers of toxic gases emitting from the volcano. Currently, according to the president, food packs and relief goods are being sent to evacuation centers. President Marcos Jr. said Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian is already in Negros Island.
First of all, I got the report from si Secretary Rex Gatchalian, who landed already in Negros early this morning. With DBM has already assured me that they are ready. So yes, we are ready to support the families who have been evacuated outside the 6-kilometer danger zone. So talagang pumutok na eh. And so now DNR, DOST are continuing to monitor air quality to see if we need to do more in terms of evacuating kung maging dangerous ng levels ng toxic gases na lumalabas sa bulkan. So yes, we're ready. We know what to do, and we have already started to send food packs, and we already started to send all of the things that we bring to those who are in evacuation centers. So,
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines will not send a Navy warship to the West Philippine Sea or WPS, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. said Tuesday, noting that the country is not at war and does not escalate tensions in the hotly contested waters. In a media interview in Pulilan, Bulacan Province, President Marcos said the government would continue protecting fishermen and its territorial rights over the WPS despite the continuing Chinese aggression in the region. Last week, a Chinese vessel reportedly struck BRP Datu Tamblot, a Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BFAR vessel, with a high-intensity laser in the WPS. In a separate incident also last week, a Chinese Coast Guard vessel fired a water cannon at BRP Datu Pagbuwaya, aiming directly at the vessel's navigational antennas about 16 nautical miles south of Bajo de Masinloc. It also intentionally sideswiped the same ship and launched its second water cannon attack. Philippine Coast Guard or PCG vessels, including the BRP Teresa Magbanwa, also faced blocking, shadowing, and dangerous maneuvers from a People's Liberation Army Navy vessel. Despite these incidents, the President said the country would continue to perform its mission and will never be part of an escalation in the situation in WPS.
we are going to continue to perform our mission. We will never be part of an escalation in the situation in the West Philippine Sea. If we look at the evolution of the situation in the West Philippine Sea, the Philippines has never been an agent of escalation of tensions. So we will not do that. We are not at war. We don't need Navy warships. All we are doing is resupplying our fishermen, protecting our territorial rights. Again, it will be provocative and will be seen as an escalation. We don't do that. The Philippines does not escalate tensions. Quite the opposite. The Philippines always tries to bring down the level of tension.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Still on Tuesday, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. said the government needs to take more aggressive action to help Filipinos battling cancer, considering that the disease is the second leading cause of death in the Philippines. President Marcos made the pronouncement as he led the groundbreaking of the Bagong Pilipinas Cancer Care Center of the Overseas Filipino Workers or OFW Hospital, Bagong Pilipinas Cancer Care Center in the city of San Fernando, Pampanga Province. The President thanked the Department of Health or DOH for making the project a reality through its Health Facility Enhancement Program. President Marcos Jr. said he looks forward to the completion of the new facility and the procurement of the necessary medical equipment. The chief executive also paid tribute to the late Department of Migrant Workers or DMW Secretary Susan Ople, saying the establishment of the new cancer care facility was inspired by her vision and dedication to improve and protect the OFW's welfare. The Philippine president said Ople's legacy continues to guide the Filipinos and reminds the public to approach every patient with compassion and care. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
It is with great pride and anticipation that I stand before you today to mark the beginning of a new chapter in our nation's commitment to our modern-day heroes, our overseas workers. When I think about OFWs, I think about their extraordinary strength, their determination, their dedication, the sacrifice and love that they have for their family. They embody what it means to sacrifice and persevere. It's only fitting that we give them the care and support that they deserve in return. Since its inauguration in 2022, the OFW Hospital in Pampanga has stood as a testament to our commitment to care for, and our commitment for them to be cared for by us, and not only for themselves, but also for their families. The hospital's daily outpatient capacity exceeds 160 patients, and vital areas like reception and admitting sections have been repurposed as triage zones. These challenges present an opportunity for us to reaffirm our dedication to the health and dignity of our OFWs and their families. From January to May of this year, the Philippine Statistics Authority ranked cancer as the second leading cause of death now in the Philippines. Aggressive as this terrible disease is, we need to be equally aggressive in providing treatment for our patients, to give them hope, to provide them with care, make them feel at home at the time when they need it the most. And this is why the hospital's second floor will be dedicated to the Bagong Pilipinas Cancer Care Center. While the vision is clear, we acknowledge that work remains to be done to ensure that this facility will be equipped to serve those who are in need. The construction of this new facility would not have been possible, of course, without the support of the Department of Health through its Health Facility Enhancement Program. This endeavor is inspired by the vision of the late Susan Ople, who was our DMW secretary and who dedicated her entire life to working for the rights of our workers and eventually also our migrant workers till the day she died. I know this for a fact. Till the day that she died, she was still working for our OFWs. And that is why we have to honor her memory and honor her legacy, and we do so today with these hospitals. Her legacy reminds us to approach every patient with compassion and care, assuring them that they are not alone in their fight. The realization of this project will require the collective effort of the Department of Migrant Workers, the Department of Public Works and Highways, the Department of Health, and many other government agencies, and equally important are the private partners. I look forward to the completion of this facility and the procurement of the necessary medical equipment. I noted that coming in, marami sa inyong yung mga OFW lalo ay nagpapasalamat. Hindi po dapat kayong magpasalamat sa amin. Kami ang nagpapasalamat sa inyo. Sa inyong tulong na ibinibigay sa ating bansa, sa pagpapaganda ninyo para sa inyong pamilya at sa inyong mga komunidad. Napakalaking bagay po. Sana ito ay maliit lang na sinusuklian lang namin ang inyong sakripisyo at ang inyong tulong. Ito lang po, ito ang kaya namin gawin upang pagandahin naman at maging mas maginhawa ang mga buhay ninyo. Dahil alam naman namin, buong buhay kayong nagsasakripisyo. Hindi lamang para sa inyong mga pamilya, hindi lamang para sa inyong mga komunidad, kung hindi para sa buong bansa. And we once again show nothing is impossible when we unite together for a shared purpose. Sa aming minamahal na OFWs, ang karagdagang pasilidad na ito ay para po sa inyo, sa inyong pamilya. Hindi naman natin hinahangad na maggamit ninyo ito. Ngunit mas makakahinga tayo kung maluwag kung alam natin na may matatakbuhan na ospital ang ating mga OFW sa oras ng inyong pangangailangan. Naway ang cancer care na ito ay maging simbolo ng ating mas magandang kinabukasan, kung saan ang sakripisyo ng ating mga OFW ay masuklian, ang kanilang pangarap ay mabigyang katuparan, at ang kanilang kalusugan ay pinapahalagaan. Habang nakatuon sa ating mga OFWs ang cancer center na ito, may 2 cancer center din pong itinatatag ng ating pamahalaan. Ang isa ay yung University of the Philippines, Philippine General Hospital Cancer Center sa Maynila. Ikalawa po, ang Philippine Cancer Center sa Quezon City. Gayon po natin na higit pang makapagbigay ng serbisyo sa ating mga kababayan na dumadaan sa karamdamang ito. Together, we will build a bagong Pilipinas that is strong, that is prosperous, that is compassionate.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday reaffirmed the government's commitment to implementing governance and economic reforms to realize the administration's goal of making overseas work a choice rather than a necessity for Filipinos. In a speech during the 2024 Presidential Awards for Filipino Individuals and Organizations Overseas, or PAFIOO, conferment ceremony in Malacañang, the President said the government will continue to implement reforms in governance and economic development to provide the Filipino people with opportunities here at home. President Marcos, however, acknowledged that millions of individuals are migrating internationally for work opportunities, including Filipinos. The chief executive said the government continues to take steps to safeguard the rights and well-being of overseas Filipinos and their families regardless of their location. Among the initiatives he cited include the strengthening labor agreements with foreign countries, conducting aggressive campaigns against illegal recruitment and trafficking, and mobilizing the Agarang Kalinga at Saklolo para sa mga overseas Filipino workers or OFWs na nangangailangan ng fund. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
We continue to prove time and again that whatever the tides of destiny, wherever they carry us, within or beyond our shores, there is always a compelling story of Filipino grit, passion, sacrifice, resilience, resourcefulness. The Filipinos' competence, our work ethic, and genuine care for other people make us a truly remarkable race. Whenever I meet world leaders, they always speak highly of Filipinos. And we are truly proud to be Filipino and to be recognized for our contributions not only to our own country, but to humanity. I'm always delighted to hear inspiring stories from our kababayans and foreigners alike who are bridging cultures and fostering valuable relationships that benefit not just Filipinos, but also the members of their host countries. Today, we recognize the 13 honorees of the 2024 Presidential Awards for Filipino individuals and organizations overseas. Our awardees represent the very best of our people and bring immense pride to our country. Your accomplishments span various fields, and the noble works that you have done have enhanced the quality of life in your respective communities, both here and abroad. So on behalf of the entire nation, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of the 2024 awardees. Our lingkod sa kapwa Pilipino, pamana ng Pilipino at Banag awardees have ventured to foreign lands far away, faced challenges head-on, and triumphantly managed to excel in every endeavor that they have undertaken. Your stories continue to inspire us to make a difference and to rise above whatever adversity we face. Salamat po sa ipamalas ninyong kabayanihan at kakayahan na nagbigay karangalan sa ating bansa, sa ating mga kababayan at sa Republika ng Pilipinas. To our kaanib ng Bayan awardees, our foreign friends and partners who have likewise dedicated the same level of support, passion, and care towards overseas Filipino communities, you have our greatest admiration and our greatest gratitude. Thank you for showing compassion to Filipinos, especially in their times of need. Maraming salamat po. Our dream is to one day make overseas work a choice rather than a necessity. We continue to implement reforms in governance and economic development to provide our people with opportunities here at home. However, we are in a globalized world, and talents will continue to move from one border to another. Annually, millions of people move across international borders to work. And so against this backdrop, the Philippines remains committed to ensuring that the rights and well-being of our overseas Filipinos and their families are safeguarded at all times, wherever they may be. We are strengthening our labor agreements with other countries, conducting aggressive campaigns against illegal recruitment and trafficking, mobilizing the Agarang, Kalinga at Saklolo para sa mga overseas Filipino workers na nangangailangan fund, keeping our government communication lines open to migrant workers through the One Repatriation Command Center, and facilitating the safe repatriation of OFWs who are affected by conflicts or calamities. Our embassies and consulates abroad remain vigilant in looking after our people wherever they may be in the world. In the same breath, we maintain amity and cooperation with every nation state that graciously welcomes and hosts Filipinos in their homelands. To all our awardees and to all Filipinos abroad, continue to be of service to the Filipinos and the communities that you call home. I call on the Filipino communities in all parts of the world. Let us emulate the spiritual resolve of our awardees and strive to continue contributing to the overall progress of our local and global society. Before I end, I would also like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a meaningful celebration and observance of the Overseas Filipino Month this December. I also wish you happy holidays and hope that you also take time to be with friends and family during this season. And as you spend time with your loved ones, I invite you to revisit the beauty of our country, the richness of our culture, and the warmth of our people. This invitation also extends, of course, to our Kaanib ng Bayan awardees. May you take time to visit the country, feel the festive spirit of the Filipino Christmas. Filipino Christmases are unique and have to be seen to be believed. Patuloy natin ipakita at ipagmalaki ang angking galing, talento at pagsisikap ng mga Pilipino sa buong mundo. Once again, my congratulations to all the awardees. Your awards are all well-deserved, and we are grateful to you for the service that you have given our people.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Still on Wednesday, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. approved the Private Sector Advisory Council or PSAC's proposals to launch a shopping festival nationwide and ease the visa and immigration process to further boost the Philippine tourism. The President gave his approval during a meeting with the PSAC's tourism sector at Malacañang Palace in Manila after it presented some of its recommendations to boost the tourism industry following the signing of Republic Act or RA 12079 or the Value Added Tax or VAT refund for non-resident tourists. In a statement, the Presidential Communications Office or PCO said, one of PSAC's key recommendations is the launching of the nationwide Shopping Festival Philippines to coincide with the upcoming New Year's celebrations. The PCO said the proposed shopping festival will incentivize international visitors, which is expected to propel higher spending and increase tourism revenue. Under RA 12079, tourists can claim a refund on the VAT for goods personally purchased at accredited retail outlets within 60 days, provided they meet a minimum transaction requirement of 3,000 pesos. An estimated 30% increase in tourist spending is projected with the new law, benefiting both large-scale industries and micro, small, and medium enterprises or MSMEs. Inbound tourism expenditure on shopping reached 137.4 billion pesos in 2023, according to the data from the Department of Tourism or DOT. President Marcos said he sees no major obstacles with PSAC's recommendation to ease visa access to American, Japanese, Australian, Canadian, Shenzhen or AJAX, and American, Japanese, Australian, Canadian, Shenzhen, Singapore, United Kingdom, or AJAX-SUC, visa holders. The chief executive said the initiative is already the first thing on his agenda. However, he acknowledged that the recommendation must be carefully studied, particularly its security aspects. President Marcos Jr. also ordered a thorough review of PSAC's recommendation to enhance the immigration experience by introducing a digital identification system utilizing biometric data such as facial recognition or fingerprint to ensure seamless transactions and secure travel processing. The Philippine President said the recommendations of the PSAC's tourism sector are significant initiatives to attract more tourists to the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Thursday urged local government units or LGUs to remain vigilant against Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs, emphasizing the need for heightened surveillance and action. The President made the call during the Second Joint National Peace and Order Council or NPOC Regional Peace and Order Councils or RPOC's meeting for 2024 at Camp Crame in Quezon City. In a social media post, the President revealed that he has directed law enforcement agencies and anti-corruption bodies to step up efforts to crack down on illegal POGOs. President Marcos also called on LGUs to actively address suspicious activities in their areas and work with the Department of the Interior and Local Government or DILG and stop turning a blind eye. In his third State of the Nation address or SONA last July, President Marcos Jr. announced a ban on all POGOs, legitimate and otherwise, as the industry was marred with serious issues such as human trafficking, prostitution, abduction, and even murder. DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla previously stated that he would issue a memorandum requiring local chief executives to monitor and report any suspicious activities related to illegal POGOs.
Dateline Malacañang.
Still on Thursday, Malacañang said Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. will sign the 6.352 trillion peso national budget for 2025 before Christmas Day. According to the Presidential Communications Office or PCO, the Congress-approved National Budget Bill will be transmitted to the Office of the President or OP for review following standard practice. This will give the President ample time to review the budget bill. The Bicameral Conference Committee on Wednesday approved the reconciled and final version of the proposed national budget for next year or the 2025 General Appropriations Bill or GAB.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, demonstrating the administration's unwavering commitment to bolstering the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Friday led the Major Services Officer Candidate Course joint graduation ceremony at the Tejeros Hall in Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo in Quezon City. This year's graduation is composed of 609 graduates, 361 cadets from the Philippine Army or PA Katarakian Class 61-2024, 173 cadets from the Philippine Air Force or PAF Sigmandigan Class 2024, and 75 cadets from the Philippine Navy or PN Mangisalakan Class 42-2024. During the program, President Marcos Jr. conferred awards to the top 4 students from various officer candidate schools or OCS and handed over the diplomas to the class president of each class. The Officer Candidate Course is a 1-year program that trains qualified civilians and enlisted personnel with a baccalaureate degree, preparing them to become second lieutenants and ensigns in the AFP. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
Your graduation day today signifies the culmination of your determination, sacrifice, and hard work to overcome the challenges of becoming an officer of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. This marks the beginning of your role to ensure the defense of our nation and the safety of all Filipinos. As I stand before you here today, I am very proud to know that the future of our nation's defense and peace lies in capable and honorable hands. Ngunit bago natin bigyang pugay ang mga nagsitapos, kilalanin muna natin ang mga tahimik ngunit matatag na taga-suporta na laging nasa likod ng kanilang tagumpay. Sa pamilya at mahal sa buhay ng ating mga nagsipagtapos, maraming salamat sa inyong walang sawang pagmamahal at pagsusuporta sa inyong mga anak. We also remember the trainers, the mentors who guided all of these graduates on their journey towards becoming officers of the major services of the AFP. The lessons and guidance that you have provided will be the light in the challenges that lie ahead before these new officers. To our awardees, congratulations on your achievements, and thank you for being an inspiration to your fellow officer candidates. May these awards encourage you to excel in your duties and become even more dedicated to serving our beloved Philippines. Your achievements and success are your contributions to nation building. Let this be your guiding principle as you step forward. In the face of evolving threats and modern warfare, innovation, technical expertise, and leadership rooted in service will be your most powerful weapons. To all the members of the AFP, be assured that this administration remains committed to transforming our AFP into a world-class force that is a source of national pride and national security. This transformation begins with investing in our people, in their talents, the specialists, the leaders who will bridge the gap between tradition and innovation. We will modernize your equipment, enhance your training programs, ensure that you are equipped to face challenges not just of today, but also of the future. Because together, we build an AFP that will stand as a beacon of strength, of alliance, resilience, and technological excellence. Lagi natin alalahanin na ang bawat hamon ay bahagi ng mas dakilang layunin. Sa bawat hakbang, ang inyong serbisyo ay hindi lamang tungkulin. Ito ay panata para sa bayan. Isang handog para sa bawat Pilipino na umaasa sa inyong husay, tapang, dangal, at malasakit. To the Philippine Army Class, Katarikayan. Philippine Navy Class, Mangisalakan. Ang pahirap ng pahirap makahanap ng class dahil naunahan na kayong lahat. But you are showing very good imagination with all of this. Air Force Class, Sigmandigan. Maligayang pagtatapos sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat sa pagtanggap sa hamong makapagsilbi sa ating minamahal na Pilipinas. Saan man kayong maitalaga, naway maglingkod kayo ng may kahusayan, katapatan at karangalan. Together, through solidarity and purpose, we will create a stronger, safer, and more prosperous bagong Pilipinas. Muli, binabati ko kayong lahat at naway magkaroon tayo ng masaya at mapayapang Pasko at bagong taon. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat sa inyong serbisyo. Congratulations. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 9.475 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.820 MHz. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You'll be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang in Review. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.